Hello back, beautiful, 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 beautiful souls. Now, before I start, I just want to say today's my daughter's first birthday and I'm so excited and I just love it so much. I love being a mum and this past year has been just amazing, and to have a wonderful daughter like I do. Yeah. Anyway, this video is not about that, but I am celebrating, and yeah. So today's video is about what I stopped eating: red meat, chicken, and stuff like that, meat in general. So actually, even before I actually say what triggered me to, just go cold turkey, full on stop, like no meats anymore. Actually, I don't know, in the near future, never say never, but the the way I see it, I don't think I'll be eating meat ever again. And the thing is, just before I say what actually happens for me to stop eating meat, I even before I wasn't really necessarily drawn to, like, I have to eat meat. I did grow up in a meat eating family, just to adjust you again, and in my country in general, you just eat meat, I think, on a daily basis, and rarely when we had a dinner that it didn't include meat. And in our family, or again in our country, was basically bread and meat, and that those are the main things that you have to have. Obviously you have other things as well and healthy things and stuff, but you had to have meat and bread. And but I was never really, I never really had to have it. My father was like that he needed to have it, but I didn't have to have it. And even before when I was living alone, in one moment in my life, it would take even maybe 2-3 months before I would buy meat, not because of any reason, but I just didn't want to eat it. And then when I would crave meat, I would just buy meat. So simple as that. And but once you start living with someone, you obviously cook meat more. And excuse me, my fiance, he's as a hobby, he's training American football, and whenever he would go training or something, he would always say, oh, you make me chicken, I'm gonna train tonight, and stuff like that. So I would just cook meat. Since it was there, I would eat meat. I even took like a challenge. I think it lasted for 2 to 3, 4 weeks, can't remember now, where I like stopped eating meat and went vegan. I think I went vegan. I don't even remember now. It wasn't that long ago, but still, it wasn't as hard. But again, I went back to meat. It wasn't anything that I told myself, oh, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I just wanted to do it in, one period in my life. So yeah, I didn't necessarily have to eat meat. I do like healthy things, the taste of healthy things. So it's not just because it's healthy that I eat it. It's basically, my mother was the one, well, my mum was the one who would always make us healthy stuff as well. And I grew up on food that my grandparents had in their backyard, and obviously not every day, but I knew what proper food was, and what strawberry tastes like, tomato, what it tastes like the full proper tastes of those fruit and vegetables, all of them basically. And so yeah, I always loved eating fruits and vegetables, always liked eating meat. Basically, I love eating everything. Just put it like that. So it's not simple as that. And so I wasn't very picky. I am picky in sweet things. I don't like sweets very much, but Anyway, because obviously my fiance is training American football and stuff, and we don't have many things in common in terms of what to watch. He likes horror films. He likes stuff about war. He likes, all that sorts of films that, are more to comedies, action. And sometimes we do come across a good action film that we both want to watch. But, basically or what you see on TV or what you find on Netflix or wherever, it's what you're gonna watch, and you don't see the whole list anyway. I found the Game Changers film, and it's actually a documentary, and the producers are Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan, Novak Djokovic, all these great athletes. And I haven't even seen the trailer. The only thing that I've seen was it was written at the top, like it's about food that athletes need, that athletes eat, what's the best. And I'm like, great, that was all for me. I'm like, I'm gonna wait for him to come back from work, we're gonna watch that. That's basically how it started. I'm like, it's about athletes, and I like finding out, you know, good things about food and nutrition, and it's always been one of my interests. Nothing that I was even considering going professional about it, but you know, just always loved those type of information. So I'm like, great, we're gonna watch this. And funny enough, I think day before that or that day, something like that, I bought like this beef. I don't know what it, some piece of beef still in the freezer because we're not eating it. And it's been for a few weeks now. We didn't actually put the date, like when we stopped eating meat, but maybe I'll go back in messages when I recommended the film and stuff. Anyway, we watched the film, and it was so bizarre. This film was, it's so good. It's so, if anyone wants to watch a film about food, about nutrition, about, you know, all that, because it's really, really good. The way they put it, all this scientific evidence, most of it I knew anyway before, but the way they put it in, they show you pictures, they answer the question to all these things like, where am I going to get the protein if I don't eat it from meat? And it turns out that even animals themselves, they don't produce the protein. The only reason why they have protein is because they eat it from plants. So like, you know, if you want to be as strong as ox, well, ox eat plants, so you just eat plants. And again, like, why B12? Where am I going to get B12 vitamin? So what they say is, it's not that meat eaters have it in a bigger amount or something like that, because B12 you find in soil, you find in water, but natural water, in terms of from mountains and stuff, because all of our water in the house, in our homes, has, you know, chlorides and all this stuff to kill the bacteria, so we wouldn't get ill. That kills B12 as well. So what they found was the meat eaters and not meat eaters have the same amount of B12, so it's not that we get it from meat either. So all these types of questions that people would get, like, okay, where would I get this? What happens with that? If I eat plant-based diet, am I gonna not be able to build up muscles? And then you have bodybuilders, you have like the strongest man on earth that is massive and he's vegan, and you know, because you keep seeing these lean people thinking, well, if I am on a plant-based diet, I'll just see lean people, but it's not like that. Anyway, they showed so many different things, even in men. What does it as a man, like, you know, men should eat steaks, but then they showed their physiognomy. Oh my god, me and words. Anyway, it's really, really, really good, and it's basically, my fiance and me were watching it, and I think 90% of the film, maybe even 95%, my jaw was like, because I couldn't believe the evidence that we're showing, the pictures that were, it's nothing that me personally was, you know, it's like showing non-smoker lungs and smoker lungs. So I've seen that before, I've never been grossed out by that. But in one moment, they show the artery inside of a meat eating, you know, animal, the people who consume animal products and the people who don't. And I was in that moment not grossed out in terms of I feel sick, no, but grossed out in terms of what am I doing to myself? Because, you know, all of us eat not all of us, but most of us eat silly stuff, and we know some things we shouldn't eat, but we still eat. And it's just, but that moment, it just clicked for me. And it wasn't much of a thinking process. I didn't think in terms of, oh, I should stop eating meat. In that second, when I saw that artery, I'm like, I'm not eating meat ever again. And that's actually how it happened. And I switched my milk from obviously cow's milk, to I buy almond milk and organic soy milk. And obviously I'm trying to learn a lot how to implement stuff in my diet, like protein from lentils and beans. And so I still have a lot to learn, and I don't think that, some people should take this lightly. Maybe you should talk to your doctor about it. So I don't know what your situation with health is. But me, because I never actually needed meat, and because I like eating healthy things, and because I can eat basically in healthy food anything you give to me. So I'm not, even my salads have like 10 vegetables in it. Well, not 10, but 5, 6, 7. So, I just always mix stuff up, and I eat like even sesame oil. I love pumpkin seed oil. I like, I have so many different varieties in, again, research. After that film, I went online, I tried to see recipes, I tried to see what you should have on your plates. And so, it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna stop eating meat, but now I'm gonna have salad, and I don't know, but there's a lot of so many tasty things, and the things that you can change. It's really been, and the point is, out of all of this, didn't miss it. Like, even now, if I think of meat, I'm like, no, I just don't want to eat it. I don't think if you stop eating meat and you crave it, and you're like, oh, I want to eat you, but I can't. I think if I was in that situation, like, I want to eat you, but I can't, I think I would. Because I don't, in this life, I don't think we're supposed to make ourselves suffer, if that makes any sense. If you have a goal that you want to push through, and this is what you have to do to get to that, it's a totally different thing. But if you're not even sure if you want to be vegan or on a plant-based diet, and you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be eating that, don't torture yourself. Even just lowering down, not eating maybe meat once a week, whatever, if that's the path you want to go on. So I'm not saying everyone should do it, or whatever. This is my personal decision. This is what I've come across with, what resonates with me. And one of the other reasons that I wanted to make this video was the vibration behind food, because I think a lot of people, that when they hear about law of the attraction, they're like, oh, okay, I can eat a kilo of chocolate, 2-pound chocolate cake, and I'm not going to gain any weight. Because what you tell yourself and what you believe is what's going to manifest. And then people put all this weight, and they're like, oh, I'm eating chocolate and I'm not getting, I'm losing weight, but they gain weight. The thing is, we have our beliefs that are so deep in us, that, all these years people have saying how sugar is bad for you, how this is bad for you. And just by saying things, oh, I'm losing weight, if your belief isn't the same with it, it's not gonna manifest in terms of you losing weight by eating chocolate cake all the while. So I think that's where you need to pay attention as well. So for me, it made sense to do this. For me, my belief is that this is wrong for me. My belief is that if I should stop eating this, I'm gonna feel better. And that's what happened. When I got pregnant, I started craving chocolate. And I'm not someone who ate sweets all the while. I can eat fruit all day, every day, but, something that has artificial sugar, not because of artificial sugar, it's just, what I'm like. After I gave birth, I think a month afterwards, 4 weeks afterwards, I started craving chocolate. Like, I couldn't even recognize myself. And the thing is, I couldn't stop. And I know I shouldn't eat, but I just can't. I needed sugar, I needed energy, I needed, you know, something to I just needed it. And I could stop eating it for a day, but then tomorrow I'm like, I can't do this. And but I had other priorities, so I'm like, you know, it doesn't matter, I'm enjoying it, I'm not eating a pound of chocolate, it's fine. Not that it was far away from it. Anyway, after I've stopped eating meat and I don't eat eggs, I'm not vegan, but you know, for now I still haven't eaten eggs, I think. I've changed milk. Obviously, I don't eat meat. I still haven't had fish, but one of the things why I think I'm gonna be a vegetarian is because I love seafood, and I think once I go to sea and to the coast, and I think I'm gonna order seafood. And I haven't had chocolate in ages, 2-3 weeks now. I haven't craved for it. I haven't craved for anything that it's sweet. I haven't. All those cravings have just disappeared. Not that I wasn't even thinking about it. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna stop eating meat, my cravings are gonna go. No, but they just went. And for someone that has trying to stop eating chocolate for ages now, it seems. Well, my daughter turned 1, so what, 10, 11 months, because I'm not taking in account pregnancy, because after I gave birth, I ate so much more than that's nothing. But for someone who tried, honestly, to lose that, and I don't feel bloated as well. I obviously tried including gluten-free stuff, but not every second. But it makes it, that film made me consider, you know, how am I taking care of myself, but not thinking about it, just making the decision, period. I want to feel great, and I think that's going to help me personally feel even better. So again, whether I'm going to eat meat again or not, I'll keep you posted, if that's something you want to consider. But anyway, you shouldn't do something just because I'm doing it. Do it because it resonates with you, and this is what resonated with me. And I obviously wanted to explain the vibration behind it as well. So yeah, that's my story. I see it's been for a while now, so I'm gonna leave you here. If you have any questions, please comment below, hit the like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Love you all. Bye.